episode of the Milan Show. Today we are chilling in Muna Suits, Owerri. It's around Imuguma Road, and you should definitely come by, stop by Muna Suits. We're in their beautiful restaurant, and with me I have my co-host Mr. Chief Bernard, and I have Mr. Smile. Mr. Smile, can you officially just introduce yourself, because I love the hype.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Muna Suits. I'm Mr. Smile, as you call. Officially, it's a title. Known for Mr. Michael Ebere-Chineke, the General Manager of Muna Suits.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smile, for joining us. It's an honor to be here with you, honestly. And I also have my Oga in the business, Mr. Fidelis. Could you introduce yourself?
Okay, you're welcome. My name is Ogu Fidelis. I'm the General Manager of Gold Crown Hotel.
Thank you. If you know these hotels, you know that these people come with tons of experience. These people have served the industry. These people have made their mark. They've been through it in the hospitality aspect, in the experience and all that. So you hear Muna Suits and you hear Gold Crown. And today we're going to be discussing a very special topic, which obviously, just even sips into your experience, being, managers of these beautiful hospitality outfits. Remember, we're still in season 1, where we're focusing on hospitality industry, and this is why we're honoring men and women who have done great work in the industry. And like I said earlier, I have Mr. Smile with me and Mr. Fidelis to do justice with myself and my co-host. So this topic today, we're taking on the inside life of a general manager. Whenever I say that, I always think about inside life, like the song by what's his name, Naira, right? So I always think about that, and just how people do not understand, all the science behind showing up every day and training your staff. Like, people just think it's about customer service. Is the structure nice? Like, they think it's all those things that they can't see. But general managers get the heat. They get the finance aspect. They get the structural aspect. They get every single thing, and their personal lives too. So that's why this topic is very special today. And we have with us people who can dissect and do justice to the topic. And I wanted to ask Mr. Smile first of all, right? I forget that I know Mr. Michael sometimes because I just love the smile. So basically, right, what is it like, first of all? Like, what has it been like for your journey into hospitality? Like, how did you start? What inspired you to even join the industry in the first place? And, how has it been so far?
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
When it comes to what inspired me to join the industry, I'll say I joined the industry without even having a plan of being there.
That's okay to say that.
Yes, I had no plan being in the industry. Actually, I was supposed to be a banker, and a one-week banker, which I found my way out into hospitality. And I actually went through trainings by Tomberry, which actually introduced me into hospitality and made me find pleasure in the industry.
And that was even when it was not popular.
Yes, the industry wasn't really popular here in Owerri as at then.
Yeah.
But for those who found enthusiasm in the industry, we knew hospitality is actually going to take over the industries. So, coming to my inspirations, like I told you, I wasn't inspired by anything, but the industry, the training made me love the job, because it has to do with service delivery. Yeah. So the aspect of service delivery, I think, took over me and has been my driving force in the industry.
Yeah, I get a lot of people say that, like, because the industry is very service oriented. So people say that, once I entered where I could just serve and serve, I fell in love with the industry. So I can definitely see how you just seeing that, this thing about you just serving people, application and best experience. I know that feeling of thank you so much, I enjoyed my stay. I understand that feeling where you're just like really excited about that. So I can see how that would make you want to take a whole career in hospitality. And one thing I normally tell people, actually, speaking of that, right? You know how like banking came out and then it became a thing, everybody wanted to become a banker. Now austerity has come out now. People should start looking at it like that. And I love that he had that foresight to see that it was actually a thing for you to have such a prominent hospitality industry in a certain state as Owerri, or a certain city as Owerri. So Mr. Fidelis, how did you dabble into this and stay stuck?
Okay. To some people anyway, the Nigerian factor. I finished school and I started working with a World Bank assisted project.
Okay.
Yes, we were being paid good money, some money, and it was on a contract basis.
Okay.
So I haven't done the contract for like 5 years, and we just came back after a Christmas period, and they just gave us a letter that the contract has ended, terminating the contract, and then so. All of us, as we are somehow who have had experience, one of us who have had experience in the hospitality industry, said there's opportunity in the hospitality industry that if anybody is interested, then let the person come. But then by then I have a personal business of my own I was running, and they approached me several times to give them staff to work with them. And when I gave them some use and when I now see that those people were not even interested because of the amount and the salary. So I said, okay, my work is not consuming much of my time. Just enroll me, let me see how it goes. And by the time I was enrolled, after the training, so I now love it because I'm a JCI. And yes, I'm a JC. So one thing we did and what made me to enter into that organization is service to humanity is the best work of life. So with that, I love rendering selfless service to people and making them happy. So that compassion is what yes.
So I'm thinking of you talk about compassion. No, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Everybody's just a good guy now.
Of course, without enthusiasm, you cannot.
Yeah, you can't survive. I see that.
You must love what you do for you.
I see a lot of receptionists and like service men that screaming face. That is like what I and she's like, they're fighting with you from the door. Sister, I came from my house to get pampered, not to get a fighting face. You can't survive if you actually like, because you get good people, you get people who want to slap you on top that you're helping them. So imagine if like you're not even happy to be here. Like you will start fighting everywhere you go. Any guest that comes in, because I mean, especially people who work 24 hours. So you're definitely right. So that's very interesting. I see that part. So one thing about Bernard, do you have anything to add to, or subtract? Because I think that part of I want to serve. Please.
Alright, so but basically the hospitality industry is just about service delivery. So I think just like you said, you have to be, passionate enough to take up that as a career. Yeah, but I've seen that most hospitality industry actually strive, like the hotels that strive. There are people that have managers that are optimists, not all these pessimistic people that are.
Yes. I'm sorry, before I lose my thoughts, key into that. Sometimes I even think that even owners themselves lose focus on what hospitality truly is. Like a lot of people now are just establishing because I want to have investment.
Exactly.
But like there's a mindset, because if you truly build something to say you want to serve people, there's an atmosphere that you're going to try and create. You're not just creating, let's erect the building, put bush back, put this, put that, just because that's what everybody does. There's a mindset behind that, you can tell. Because it's like a lifestyle of, I want people to come here and feel like we serve them like they're kings. Do you understand? So that's one thing that really stood out to me in terms of people losing track on truly what hospitality is. It is service. Even staff, normally when I engage with some people, I'll say, if you do not understand that people are coming to you for some certain things that they can't get at home, you would think it's just they came to buy beer.
Exactly.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily the emotion behind the purchase of the beer. Like, why did he come here to buy beer? He could have bought it at home anywhere else.
Or even at the roadside.
Exactly. So yeah, definitely. I can let you guys pass it out because I was suspecting people. I was suspecting, I want to sell. So I can let you guys live with that. Great. So now I want to even ask, like, so inside this, I'm not assuming, because of course everybody has their own personal life. Everybody has what goes on in their head, and every day you come on to work and you're facing somebody else's problem. It's that person's problem. Yeah. So you're coming with your own problem and this is that person's problem. So how is your personal life like, and how do you see how that merges, into your job or your business and hospitality? How does it even? It's just like me, right? So somebody like me, I know the things If you see me with bathrooms, me and bathroom and kitchen, those are 2 areas I can fight for. So in my own personal life, I'm very particular about how my bathroom looks. So if I'm trading, I'm particular about that. If maybe I'm bad at finances, I'm particular about that area. So you in your own personal life, how is your personal life, and what part of your personal life do you see, coming into your regular day-to-day as a hotel manager?
You're welcome, my dear.
Thank you.
Well, when you talk about personal life for general managers, especially in the hospitality industry, I'll tell you, we have no life.
That's very commonplace.
Yes, we have no life. Why am I saying this? Like I would always advise my staff during my trainings, I say, we all have problems. But as soon as you get to the gate, sign in your problem. Step in to face the guests, to give them exceptional services, to make them to exceed their experiences and expectations. So when you go in, go back to the gate, sign back your problem. You need to solve it, if not it's going to wait for you. Then when it comes to the managers, like I told you, we have no life because everything about us, every concentration, every attention is being given to the hospitality industry. Our work we have no limits. Our work runs round the clock, 24/7. At 12 midnight, you're being called either to confirm alerts or to handle issues, as well as advise them on the best approaches. So, our life is just the hotel. Our problem is that of the owner and that of the guest. So when it comes to merging our life or allowing it interfere with the system, for me, I can only be enthusiastic. And I've accepted life the way it came, that I must forget my problem to make sure I deliver, to make sure the problems of the investment, the company is being handled and the owner has a return of investment. As well as encourage the staff, the subordinates, to follow suit, because they watch you, they learn from you. You are an ambassador, you are a role model. So for you to allow your problem lie low, would as well advise them or encourage them to allow theirs to lie low and face that of the guest, because our job requires that we carry the responsibilities of the guest, as well as having empathy. Empathy, and that's it, just it.
Did you guys notice that I was the only female on this table? And they're accusing that I'm drinking beer. It's not beer, I promise you. We all have smoothies and me, I have this drink that looks like beer. It's not beer.
It's a cocktail?
No, it's not cocktail. Don't worry, I'll tell you my mission later. Anyways, we're still at Nuna Street in their beautiful restaurant, having this beautiful, sweet, nice smoothies. You should definitely come along to copy yours. We're going to go in with Mr. Fidelis now, right? Of course, sometimes you're saying he does not have personal life. Me, I cannot argue myself, so I have personal life. So that's your personal life. And if you do, how does that interfere or enter into your job as a general manager?
As a general manager, you live the life of another person. You live the life of the owner. You understand? The owner has a vision for his place. So, and you are the person that he gives, that always work with his mental picture of what the place should be. You understand? So at every point in time, you try to meet up with his expectations. Then on the other side, you have to live above board when it comes to your staff. You understand? Especially even if you are somebody that doesn't have a good moral upbringing and background, but once you come in as a general manager, your position, you understand, modifies you. You have to live above board. There are certain things you don't need to involve yourself or do, so that your staff will not look at it, you understand, and copy from you. Now, most of the times, they see you as a role model. Some of them sees you as an angel. Sometimes they don't even believe that the manager can drink beer because you have told them not to drink alcohol.
I sang a song yesterday. I sang along with the sound system yesterday, and one of my staff was like,
so you can see and especially when it comes to the worldly music in quotes, you understand?
Oh, they do it.
Yes, so, and they don't know that you also listen to such things. And then your social life most of the times matters a lot, but we don't have that time to engage in some social activities because you are always engrossed in your job. You have to meet up, give the owners a report, sometimes daily, weekly, monthly and quarterly before yearly report. You understand? So you have to meet up with such expectations. And there are sometimes that some things will get out of hand, things that you cannot handle. You immediately involve the owner to step in. So you stand as an intermediary between the owner and the guest, between your staff and the guest. Because anything, if the place is doing well, it is the manager. And if the place is run down, it is also the manager. So these are the things that we face from day to day. You understand?
Okay. So one thing actually, Bernard, did you pick this where I heard a lot of times in both of these conversations that your highlight is on the investor's head. And I'm like, so are you in the guest head? Because no, we're thinking about how to make sure we make the money for the investor, how to make sure his hotel is booming. But how about the guests? I know that, people are well trained, so you obviously know the things to do to make guests happy. But in my head, I'm thinking, shouldn't it be where, do the investors put that pressure for your thoughts to be what is in the guest head rather than what is in the, for your thoughts to be what's in the investor's head rather than what should be in the guest head? I'm trying to understand whether that is now a thing, or whether that could be affecting your hospitality standards.
Okay.
That means that people have to different.
1 minute. On that issue, every majority of the people, 85 to 90% of the people that comes to the hotel on their own, you understand, can afford to pay the rent, can afford to pay anything that is done in the hotel. And then some of them, they also have houses and places that are even better than the hotel. But something will take them out to come to the hotel, either for pleasure or satisfaction. So you have to give them maximum satisfaction for their money.
So that is for the guests now.
Yes, that is where it comes in. So, and giving them maximum satisfaction for their money, you understand? Your staff, that is where training comes in. You understand? So we tell them about polite expression, how to answer call, courtesy, you understand, and all what. So, and those things are completely packaged in service delivery or customer care service in the hospitality industry.
Now is your focus on the investor's mindset.
That's all I wanted to come. Now, the investor's intention is to make money. And for us being in his head, or him being in our head, is for the return of investment. Then, on the guest aspect, for you as the general manager to meet with the directors or the investors' expectation, your target is to make your guests comfortable.
Yes, because that's what.
So you could meet up with the return of what? Investment.
So in the first place, you should be in the guest mindset.
The guest mindset is settled already.
Okay.
It's settled from our point already.
Then I think have a countering option.
Yes, the guest mindset is settled already. But we have to understand the entrepreneur, one-man business. His mindset could be different, like you said from the onset. He may not have any idea about hospitality.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Yes. Why the few of them does. So your problem is actually how to make him understand, play along with him, and as well satisfy the guest for his return of what? Investments.
Absolutely.
Like you said, the training of the staff comes in, you being a professional in the marketing aspect. Hospitality should just be your life. Which is accepting, entertaining, and as well beating what their expectations.
Yes.
Like I always tell my staff, it's actually guest experience. We call it the guest journey. It starts from the gate right to the hotel, down to every unit, back to the gate. It doesn't stop till the guest leaves. So the same way you accept the guests, you welcome them, you should have a perfect way of finding them. So the entrance and exit matters, because the first experience and the last experience is what the guest gives.
Absolutely, yes. So Bernard.
And you know what I'm trying to get from what they're explaining is that, you know, they're always putting their mind in the investor's point of view, because they feel the only way they can get their RIO back is by guest satisfaction. So they don't worry about guest satisfaction because they feel that's what they're supposed to do naturally.
Of course.
From a guest perspective, Bernard, I'm sure you've been to a couple of hotels, and like, I mean, I can give 1,000,001 examples. Because me, I'm a traveler, so I've had this experience. But Bernard, now, as from a guest perspective, you enter into a hotel. There's some times where you have looked at and you said, are you sure will put it in mind that guests will want this, or that somebody like me will want this?
Many times.
Yeah, because as a guest sometimes, like, you know, like for instance, if a family comes in, they bring their kids, and you don't have like a swing or something, or maybe high chairs to feed children, the mother can easily say this was not really prepared for mothers and kids. Now, this is what happens. That's what happens when managers or stakeholders get fixed on what the investor wants and forget the target audience, which is their guests, should need at each point of sale. You get my politics.
I get
now.
your politics,
I disagree.
But
okay.
I get where she's coming from, and I have a counter
here. Please bring it on.
Before the man builds, somebody wakes up. People do not wake up and build a hotel. Some of them must have viewed it from the perspective of some other people are really cashing out, especially this period in the States. When people will come everywhere, it's filled up. But then before somebody will now build the hotel, is either he has the guest satisfaction in mind, one. Then there are certain things you consider. Sometimes you see, you walk in a hotel, by the time you walk in, there are some pedestrians that are for disabled.
Exactly.
You understand? So the step is there. So now these are the things, these are customer care issue, these things that the guest, the person that is building the hotel already have in mind and they consider it. Now, if he doesn't do it by himself, he either has advisors or the architect, you understand, will tell him to do so. Then when you now come to service, we that are the people serving, you understand, especially you come to a restaurant, you see that by the time we are running a buffet, we put everybody's health condition in,
don't take your mind,
you see that we have oatmeal, plantain flour, we have cereals, you understand? So you have some other swallows rice and you make it white, jollof, basmati. So these are the things that you consider just for the guest satisfaction. Then on the side of people coming in with their children, like we run a buffet and in that our complimentary buffet is one person per room. But if you come along with your kids, you understand? One or two, you understand? When you come along with your kids and they eat, we don't collect money from them.
Okay, so clearly you guys are doing something right, because not everybody will do like that. I'm telling you.
We don't collect money from kids. Then when you will have kettle and other teapots in the rooms for people to boil hot water, and then sometimes if a woman or somebody requests specifically that the water should be boiled with gas, you understand, and sent to them in their room, that they want to use it to either make custard or pap for the baby, you understand, we expressly do it at no cost, you understand. These are the things that you do.
So clearly gold crown is there. So you have successfully told us that
at the long run, we don't joke with guests direct orders.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't joke with the guests.
So I'm just saying this
order.
because there are lots of cases where, for instance, even some hotels that you say they're top one, you enter the toilet and you still have to request for tissue. Or maybe sometimes you see the tissue holder right on top of the dustbin. I mean, come on, I don't want to be feeling like I'm digging tissue from where there's trash.
Sorry, so those things are not hotels, they are guest house.
At the long run, owners went for cheap labor.
Cheap labor, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because no, once it's an hotel, hotels,
professional.
Yes, hotels, yes. Hotels run on stars, you understand?
Yes.
And then that
no, but we also have issues with classification, even up to today.
But before you come to that, there are certain level of investment that somebody does, and you cannot come and hire a cheap labor to manage it. It will ruin it, you understand? And your investment, you just see it crumbling before your face.
I like
but when you have the right manpower. No, but definitely that's what it is. That's what it is. Normally, the guest is giving exceptional service, top notch, and that is what makes them to come back. You understand? So, and I can't imagine myself going to a hotel. I said this is an hotel, and I come once I'm being checked in. And somebody will collect the remote control of the television, the AC, then take the tissue, take towels, and then
join me, take me to my room. You can't say it's a hotel.
That's not a hotel. It's a guest house. In an hotel, those things are in the room, waiting for the guests, and that is what we do.
Yes, thank you. So I need to come to Gold Crown because this pampering is doing so hard. I know Mr. Smart has already put the place here.
Of course.
And they're new, everything is like all shiny. So this is the time, if you're watching this, anytime, then this is the time to run to Muna Soup because you're going to get it hot as it is hot. Anyway, so this has actually been a fabulous conversation. The final part is, what is truly your day-to-day like? Like, I want you to run us through. I like what you said, when you step into the gate, you sign off your problem. So when you're coming to work, your mind is like, this is what I'm going to face today. I know I hear generator problem, I hear this one. And we've had this conversation before, typically what the expectations of, your investors, your stakeholders are, and how you can, truly manage them. You are good as a person, I know you personally, so I know that, you've had to really deal with a couple of situations. How do you handle that? Because you have to manage people, including your investors, including your stakeholders. So what's that day-to-day like? Managing people, managing yourself, managing the person that's paying you, and the people that you're paying, so and managing guests. So how does that look like? Who wants to start? Let's tinkle.
Okay. When it comes to our day-to-day life or activities in the hotel, it goes beyond what we even visualize before stepping in on a particular day. Your responsibilities comes as, it's just like everything will say everywhere you go.
Yes, you do.
They follow you
as it drops, your handling it.
Yeah.
That's why we don't play with our pen and paper. We don't play with our to-do. When you have an issue you couldn't solve the previous day, it must be part of your next day's activity. It must be on your to-do. Like you mentioned, generator issues, fueling, purchases, making sure your kitchen is top-notch, making sure everything the guest needs or you display your menu is made available, the staff, making sure they are professional enough to give the guests the experience they deserve, making sure the owner as well or the investor has reasons to even appreciate you as a manager. Despite our job is more like, how do I put it, a charity job. We don't expect to hear thank you. We don't expect to be appreciated because service to humanity is more like, how do I put it here? It's just a free, it's a normal thing, just a free thing you give out for free. You don't demand anything in return.
I want to pick that point. It really captured something in my head. People don't really think when they hear service to humanity, they think it's just about charity, like carrying pampers. But this is actually serious. They think it's just about giving people free money and free food. But this is actually an integral part. Like I mentioned earlier, some people really are going through some things that I think this person even wanted to commit suicide today. But they came to your hotel to just drink, give out, this is their last drink. Well, you meet them and you actually are able to help them with that good experience for them to see reasons why this is no bad after all. You understand exactly. This is no bad after all. And I just wanted to highlight that people can miss out that this hotel work is also service to humanity in that dimension. Because people only think of it as modernized maybe some things. So yeah, no, that's nice. Thank you for pointing that. Are there any other parts of your journey you want to highlight as services?
Of course.
Of course.
To an extent, like I said earlier, I said we don't have a life. Because even our families do miss us.
Yeah.
We don't have holidays, we do not have weekends.
Yeah.
Neither do we have offs.
Yeah.
Weekend is our peak.
Weekend is our peak period. Holidays is our peak period.
Yeah.
When every other person is relaxing, we're in the field.
Maybe helping them relax.
We're even helping them relax. We're helping them relax. So, our life from onset, I say, is just the hospitality industry. Everything that will make the guests satisfied, that will make the guests feel satisfied, enjoy their stay, have reason to return again, is what we work for, and not really the salary.
Yeah, because they can
like
never
you
pay
say,
you enough.
our services most time has saved life.
Yeah.
We've been able to reconcile people, reconcile broken relationships. Yes, because when they find themselves around the environment with the ambience, the beautiful sights and stuff, they come back together. Coupled with the best of experience they are having from the services you're rendering.
Yeah.
So either the lady appreciates the man for bringing him to a place like this, or the man is appreciating the lady for even coming.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's actually great.
Yeah, another one is that at the hospital, as a hotel manager, you understand, you are the only person that gives out hospitality to human beings, and you don't experience it in return. You understand? Because you've not had time for your family, yourself, your relatives, and then hardly you see a hotel manager going and sitting down like this, taking a glass of juice, you understand, and relaxing and enjoying it, you understand. Now, most of the times you are eating and you are confronted with a problem. Maybe the generator house, the radiator is overheating, you understand, and you leave your food and you have to go to attempt to eat. You wake up in the morning, early morning. Some of the guests, especially on weekends, some will be calling you for room reservation. They will want to know if you still have rooms, you understand, so that they can come. Then sometimes they will make payment. Your staff need to call you to confirm those transactions. You understand? So you sleep and wake up. Your phone is by your side. You are talking with the hotel, and if there are some other issues, you are talking with the owners. Sometimes I have one MD or one time. It is only from between 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. that we talk. You understand? Now, yes, that is the best time for him. You understand? That's the best time for him, and that's the only time I have. And he told you that, Fidelis, please, I'm sorry, I work 24 hours. You understand? He has other businesses, so he will attend to them on a daily basis and come back to that one by that time. And then once he calls you, you want some information. So those information that he requires, you must give it to him. So you don't have a life, you understand, of your own. So what you do on daily basis is to make other people happy. But yourself, you understand, most of the time you are not happy. You understand? But you don't have to show it.
Yeah.
So because if you do, you understand, if you do, it discourages other people, yes. And it's a system thing. Once one side of the system is affected, other sides are affected. Yeah. That's why sometimes you see some in a place, the general manager is not being treated well by the owner, and he leaves 45 to 60% of the staff.
Fully,
You
yeah,
understand?
true talk.
You understand? So these are things we try to avoid in the industry.
Yeah.
So
wow.
Yeah.
So people are advisable to take this thing as a career after all this.
Of course.
It's
I would
about
advise
passion.
people to take it as a career.
Yes.
If only you have passion for
Correct.
it. Remember, I said it's enthusiasm that keeps us. The passion to give, to show empathy, passion to carry people along.
So it's only if you have passion.
No, it's only when you have passion.
If you have passion, you have passion.
If you don't have passion, you will not excel.
You will not excel.
But those are transit staff.
That's how you forget about it.
You end up living even before you start.
Yeah, before you start profiting from that thing that you think
You end up living.
So this has been such a great conversation. We are so happy to have you watch us and just engage in our perspectives. I'm sure that we've probably touched on areas of the heart. If you do love this content, please make sure that you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe and share. We've come to the end of this one, but we have a lot of more gists. In fact, you can see this thing combined is like maybe 20 something years of experience and strategy, so it cannot just be one thing. So stick with us for the next episode and probably another. I think I want to do like 3 things. My head's already ringing 3 things that I want to talk about with this gentleman. So please stick with us for the next episodes. Don't forget to engage in things like, comment, subscribe, share, all the YouTube things, do all of them. But yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us. I remain Nicole, your host, Mr. Bernard, my co-host, and our guest visitor who just stepped in, and our guests who are Mr. Smile and Mr. Fidelis, Mr. Michael and Mr. Fidelis. Thank you for
going by Mr. Smile.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Stick with us for the next episode. It remains The Melan Show. Bye-bye.